Hello everybody and welcome back to the Cowdino Arcade. Today we are back with video game therapy. Activating Zen mode, there we go. I did a little meditation session this morning, and I started thinking about how self-discipline is the product of our battle between biology and free will. Thing is, there's a lot of reasons why I don't want to talk about that. This is the first time I've kind of thought about it in that way, and all of these ideas are half-baked to put them one way, at the very least. So I wrote it down for maybe a future idea for a podcast or something. But earlier this week, I got kind of inspired in a way, and I was working on my devlog, and I started thinking about how goals are a direction. And then I started thinking about Cowdino. And I thought to myself, as a kid, I really wanted Cowdino to grow. So I did things to make it grow. You get the member rank on my Minecraft server if you subscribe or something. And then somewhere along the line, I stopped caring. And so I sat down earlier this week and I thought, do I really want Cowdino to grow, or do I want it to just do this? Because I'm okay with doing this, if I'm being entirely honest. Get to just record my thoughts, no pressure at all. I talked a little bit about this in the last Pokemon Infinity as well. But I think this is kind of where that came from, because I was like, really? Wait, do I want to grow? But yeah, so I'm gonna be talking about Cowdino, this channel, and how you can use your goals as a direction, because goals are weird. If we tell ourselves we won't be happy until we're doing X or have done Y, then we're stating that we're not happy now, which is fundamentally untrue, or at least not a good thing, not a good mindset to have. Anyway, the thing that I've come to, and I've kind of learned with my own things over the past year and a half or so, is that progress doesn't come from goals. Progress comes from structure and plans, I guess. But structure and plans come from goals. An analogy, and I just came up with this, so I apologize if it's bad. When someone builds a building, they're not just gonna go in and start hammering away at things, right? They're gonna have an end vision. An architect has to design what that building is gonna look like. Also, it's Saturday morning, so this video is probably going up late on Saturday. I apologize. It's been a very busy week. And, Cowdino got pushed to the back, but I'm really happy to sit down and just talk for a little bit. But yeah, you blueprint the entire building. Things might go wrong when you make a game or software. You sketch mock-ups, you design things, you ask people their opinions, and you measure your progress along the way. And goals are like that too. Anything we do are like that. Now, that's not to say things need to be structured or planned, right? But to get to a goal, let me rewind a little bit. You set a goal, and then you put down your scaffolding, right? Excuse me. You set a goal, and that's what leads to, okay, so to get here, what do I need to do? Setting the goal brings up the right questions. For example, I want to hit 10K by March 19th on the lifestyle channel, which means I have to upload at least 2 videos a week instead of the normal one. At the very least, ideally I'd upload every day, but that's not possible. Or at least I'm not willing to make that possible just because I have a lot of stuff going on otherwise. But yeah, so I'll get to Cowdino in a minute, but there's just this idea of, you set an end goal, and the end goal brings the questions. Okay, what do I change about what I'm doing now? And, that's where I'm going to go with Cowdino. But You make a goal to get better at academia. All right, cool. You've got a goal now. You want to get your grades up. What are you doing now that works? What are you doing now that doesn't work? And what is something you are not doing that you should be doing? So that's, you know, that's kind of the short of it, right? My view on goals. I believe that goals is a compass is a saying. I think I got it from I got that from Ben Hardy, but your goals are a direction to go to, but it's up to you to create the map, to plot the course to get there, right? And to have your reroutes, to have your setbacks and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so for Cowdino, I sat down and I thought, do I really want Cowdino to grow? Because in the back of my mind, I've been like, you know, for Pokemon Infinity videos, I'll make like clickbait thumbnails, sort of. And you know, in the back of my mind, I know, you know, it's just all fun. And I know, I think to myself, like, what if people actually watched, you know, enjoyed my stuff? And like, there are like a few people, like there are some people who consistently watch like the Minecraft videos. There's 2 or 3 people who consistently watch Infinity. And then there are a few people who watch VGT, which is super awesome because, you know, that's my favorite thing to do on the channel right now. I mean, I love Pokemon Infinity, but you know, I was thinking, do I want Cowdino to grow? You know, keep all the goal stuff in mind, because I kind of want you to get something from this, whoever you are out in the ether. And then, you know, Cowdino is my case study, right? I obviously haven't really grown, but okay. I sat down early in the week and I thought to myself, do I really want Cowdino to grow? And even now I'm not certain of the answer, but I thought, okay, but how would I do it? Suppose I did want Cowdino to actually hit 1,000, right? 1,000 subscribers, that is. Small, consistent fan base. I realized, okay, well, what I'm doing now clearly isn't working. I personally believe I'm making good content. It's not great content by any means, don't get me wrong. But I think that my personality over the past 7 years of doing this, and kind of understanding of how video editing works and how audio gets processed, you know, I feel like my content's good. Thing is, it's not special. I always wondered, man, it's impossible to grow on YouTube because if people have their own favorite creators, like, there's no incentive to watch anyone else. And, you know, to a degree I'm correct, but for that reason alone, people should differentiate themselves. I've always thought to myself, you know, I don't want to be another source of entertainment. I want to make people think. You know, that's what VGT is for. Pokemon Infinity, you know, entertainment. But all at the same time, like, I usually just talk about stuff that's not philosophical, but, you know, I'm not putting on a personality. I'm dialing myself up to 150%, sure. And like hiding the introvert for a while. You know, the introvert's where these videos come out. But I'm not, I don't know, like, I think I talked about Ludwig on one of them. I talked about Jay Schlatt. I'm not trying to be them. I'm not trying to put on a character, and, you know, nothing bad against that. I don't know, there's already enough of that, right? But the thing is, what I'm doing now, so to speak, doesn't really get clicks. I want people to feel connection, but that doesn't, you know, get clicks. But anyway, so I thought to myself, right, I want to grow. What am I doing correctly? What am I doing wrong? What needs to change? What should I start doing? So, you know, I think what I'm doing correctly is that I have a direction, or not. I have a method of going, right? I have my boat, my car, whatever it might be. I'm gonna take a sip of water real quick. I forget to hydrate. My direction being, you know, making people think, making meaningful content in a way. Making fun content, sure, you know, Pokemon Infinity is my fun content, but it's not necessarily entertainment. A friend of mine uploaded a video, a playcast of Paladins, and, you know, it was like an hour and 42 minutes, and I was like, whew, I'll watch 10 minutes, 15 minutes. These are my friends, like, I'm down to see them play. And I kind of just left it on. And that was fun. It was just background. I probably can't remember one thing that happened, but it was just nice to just have on in the back, just doing stuff. And to a degree, that's what I want my Pokemon videos or whatever to be, but I'm just keep digressing. I sat down and essentially the big question I asked, right? Okay, so let's stick to these 3 questions. This is VGT, it's a rant. Stick to these 3 questions. What are you doing now that works? What are you doing now that doesn't work? What do you need to change and what do you need to keep? This is pretty much just iterations, right? So what am I doing now that works? I think I'm making good quality videos in the literal sense of quality. I think my audio sounds good. I think my editing is nice. My graphics aren't the best, obviously, but that's just fun. That's just, I have, no seriousness on those. So I just whip them up in Photoshop and learn something new every time. So I think that's, that's something I'm doing now that works. And I do the I want my videos to be thoughtful, right? That's something I think that works. And what do I need to keep? And I would say it's those things I need to keep. I have a system of recording that works for me. The videos recorded, I sync them up in Premiere, I edit them, I make a thumbnail. I think I want to keep all that, right? I don't think I need to fundamentally, in other words, I don't need to fundamentally change what I'm using to record, what I'm using to edit. I don't need to, change my editing skill. I'm happy with where that's at right now. Dare I say I'm content, but that's a little dangerous of a trap to fall into. Also, it's really cool. Those are drawn with 2D shapes. Anyway, at least I think they are. Those being the hot air balloons, just in case the sync is a little off. So yeah, that's what to keep. What I think I'm doing well. Maybe another area of my life. What do I think I'm doing well in academics? Let's say I think I'm doing well with planning things, right, and keeping on track of things. I don't suddenly think, oh, I have an essay due tomorrow. No, if it's due tomorrow, I've procrastinated not by accident, but I have procrastinated, knowing full well I have that essay due. So then the next question is, what do I need to change? And everything can become better. I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart recently. I was playing with someone yesterday and they finally beat me in a few races, and I thought, this is why winning is bad. It's because, this is gonna sound vain, but like, I was winning all the races and it was fun. And it was like, winning doesn't teach you anything. Winning reminds you that you're at the top and tells you have nowhere you need to go. But losing's a humbling experience. If you always get A's in high school, right, and then you get an F or C or B even for some people in college, it's like, that's kind of the loss. It teaches you something. So I still don't really know how to study. Anyway, that's digressing. So what do I need to change? What do you need to change? For Cowdino, I think if I'm making good content, or I believe that my content is, somewhat good quality, I can talk for an entire 30 minutes. I can dial my personality up to 150% for that 30 minutes, or at least my extroverted personality. Or even in VGT, I can just find something to talk about and talk about it for 20, 30, 40 an hour, whatever. Okay, so I'm happy with those things. What's changing? What do I need to change? And I thought, well, I would need to change the originality of my content, because none of this is original. It's classic Let's Plays. For example, the Rad Brad, right? Suppose I made content just like the Rad Brads, and I take a lot of inspiration from him just in terms of making like 40-minute unedited videos. I used to watch him all the time. I don't anymore because it's literally 40 minutes of him playing a game, and that's like a TV show and nothing personal. I'll check back in time to time when, like, Cyberpunk 2077, I haven't bought that. I'll look at the Rad Brad. But anyway, I would need to find some way to differentiate myself from his content. And that's the fundamental question that I asked myself, is how can I do that? And so I looked at the scope of Cowdino right now, and I thought there's really nothing here that can do that for me. VGT, I think, would be fairly different. At least it's not as common. But God, this music is so nice. Then I thought, okay, well, what if I took these video ideas that I had for these analytical videos and did it with a bit more seriousness? In other words, spent a lot of time on these videos and uploaded them to Cowdino Arcade. That's totally different content, not even Let's Plays. But they might bring in people. And with those people might come the audience I'm looking for. Now, what are these videos, you ask? I'm a game design minor at university. And, you know, a lot of this sort of came from me also thinking about the fact I need to play more games. But I was thinking, what if I, you know, played more games? Because that's something that's good about the Cowdino Arcade. I do it in the sense of playing games from an analytical point of view. In my videos, you will see me say things like, oh, that's like earlier with the balloons when I said, oh, it's fascinating how they do that with 2D images, right? Or so I think. And so that's, you know, that's still a core that shows up in my videos. And these detailed videos, the first one I wanted to make was Let's Start Our Online, and how it threw me into an existential crisis about free will. Now, the show has many flaws, of course. I'm not my favorite show, but it did do this to me. It did throw me into an existential crisis. And I think I've talked about this before, but I don't know. It was weird. And so I pretty much wrote out the script one morning, or there's a rough draft of the script on how the virtual reality aspect of it teaches us that we do have free will, in fact. You know, we might not be in a simulation or virtual world where our free will can override code, but it still strikes at something specific. And so this video idea has been sitting in Todoist or on my Trello board for a while now. I haven't really thought of doing anything with it. I was thinking of putting on the lifestyle channel, but it really felt like it didn't fit. And so, you know, maybe take Cowdino into that realm. Make these once a month, deeply analytical video essays that are 15 to 20 minutes long. Now, video essays aren't too popular, of course, but, you know, in looking at games or TV shows from a philosophical standpoint, kind of, to me, feels like it hits the niche audience. So the idea there would be, you know, I'm fundamentally changing up the type of content that I'm making. The quality stays the same. The audio stays the same. The game capture stays the same. It's the quality of what you might find on my lifestyle channel, of script, written, edited. Look up Talent is Arbitrary, Mark Bacon. That's the kind of video I'm talking about. Now, that was made a long time ago. And I have lots of progress to make, of course, but that's the kind of video essay I'm talking about here. And so in thinking of how I can make this channel grow or help this channel grow, I figured combine, take my current motive for making videos, which I personally believe works. Playing games from an analytical point of view, it's an excuse to play games, so to speak, and turning it into something that can be made into a big product, right? So I don't know if it's gonna work, but I would be willing to bet at least a decent sum of money, like $50, that if I made a video called What SAO Teaches Us About Free Will, or let's give it a ride until I die, but let's look at some of these ideas, right? Because I think Shantae vs. Mash left a comment on a video. I talked about Celeste. I don't remember why I talked about Celeste. But looking at games like Celeste, which is one of my favorite games, gamer ideas, analysis videos. We were here together, and the effectiveness of co-op puzzle games, Mario Kart, how hope is never lost, Minecraft, elegant gameplay leading to simplicity, Papers, Please, and how you make a boring concept into an engaging and fun game, Celeste, and the balance between narrative and challenge. Those kinds of things would be excellent, because it would be growth for me in personal development and, you know, making better games by analyzing games. I would make better quality videos, you know, obviously not Let's Plays, but I think those videos would quote unquote get more clicks, get more views than Let's Plays, right? So I'm thinking the last Friday of every month, or last Monday, I don't know. Yet to fully commit, but that's the idea. And maybe then, you know, maybe people will watch this video on Celeste and I say I was playing Celeste on stream. You know, I might start playing Celeste on here. I might, because I have it on computer now. I've played it like 3 times on Switch. I love the game. And then people are like, oh, this is a fascinating video. I think it's cool what he talks about. They go to a Let's Play and they find me talking about random philosophical concepts on VGT, or, you know, it's a way for people to find me, because one thing I learned a while ago is from my Gus Johnson videos, nobody's going to find your content if it's not put somewhere. If it's not, so, and you can do this in one of 2 ways, and this is kind of the way I thought about it. You can either make different content, something that people will come across by looking up niche things, which is what I'm going for right now, or you can literally put it in front of someone. You can advertise on Reddit, whatever. I don't want to do the second one. It feels weird. Because I know that my content isn't any different from, say, Jacksepticeye or something. Well, it's very different, but like the fundamental aspect of it, you know, if you saw him playing out in the woods, there'd be no reason to watch me play it. But if I can, you know, create these analytical videos and this way to differentiate myself, then maybe I can grow a little bit, because, you know, people will carry over from those videos and watch the Let's Plays and how I talk about games. You know, after talking about this VGT, I'm coming up to an end in just a moment. I'm really glad I did this, because I think I really do want to do this. It'll be tough, especially, I mean, I have a lot going on. The intro to game design classes this month. I'm still doing the lifestyle channel. I want to do 2 videos a week there. I'm working on school, Seashell. It's a fine balance. You know, maybe I can sacrifice a lifestyle video for these analytical videos, but yeah, that's, you know, I kind of want to wrap it around now. And if there's somewhere you want to be, a goal that you want to hit, ask yourself those questions. It's like, okay, what is that goal? Is it to be better at music? Okay, but specify, because you always want to be better than yesterday. Is it to make a game? Cool. Now you have a direction to go in, right? Because if you sat down this year and said, my New Year's resolution is to make a game, and then didn't do anything about it, well, you're never going to hit your goal, I'm sorry to say. But when you make a goal, you can then, it's kind of like an animation. When you keyframe 1, you're at position 2, and keyframe 5, you're at position 4. Well, at keyframe 2, you're going to be roughly in position 3, right? Once you have the endpoint, you can then kind of work your way in. Because nobody says, I am going to write dozens of essays. No. Maybe some people, but nobody's going to say, I'm going to write dozens of essays and then become a famous author. I want to become a famous author and write a book. Okay, sick. Where do I start? I want to make a game this year. All right, how to make a game in Google. Boom. You've started your plan. I want to grow my channel to 10,000 subscribers. Okay. People are saying I make good content now. My typing videos get views, but I don't want to be known for that. Devlogs are big. I have passion for a devlog. Let's do a devlog and a productivity video every week. Boom. Done. And then you keep working from there. You got to find a midpoint. You want to, you know, make a game. Okay, what engine do I use? You want to grow on Cowdino Arcade, right? On this gaming Let's Play channel. All right. How do I get people to watch my videos? Well, I like the content I'm putting out now. I don't think it's special. I also don't think it's bad. I think people have shown me that they've enjoyed watching it. Sean Day for Smash watches Pokemon Infinity. Tech, Darth, you guys watch VGT. Like, that shows me that, you know, if I can just get some pairs of eyes on the videos, people will watch it, right? So, you know, hopefully I can make things more formal and bring eyes to the channel. And I don't know, I feel like the day that Cowdino hits 1K is the day that I can die peacefully. That'd just be so funny. But yeah, so we'll end on the moon here. Thank you everybody so much for watching and or listening. Don't forget, I meant to recap the questions for you. What's your goal, right? What do you need to change now? What do you not need to change? Because, you know, you're running pretty slowly. You don't need to change your habit if you're getting out there every day. Maybe change up your pace. Maybe take a rest day, right? What needs to be changed? What What can you keep? What can you sacrifice? What can you throw away? That's, you know, that's the change part. I don't like to say throw away things because it can be hard to think about it that way, but change them into something for the better. Yeah. What's your goal? And make a plan. What are you changing? What are you keeping? Thanks again for watching and or listening. I've been your player one marker mobkinz78, and I hope to see you in one of those analytical video essays, or worst case, I will see you next week. Have a good one, and as always, don't forget to stay awesome.